Welcome back, you lovely people. In this video, we'll take a quick look at Bitcoin, which is very much doing this. So therefore, we'll take the opportunity to have a look at what happened in January and figure out what happens next. And then we'll talk about the silver squeeze, which is the big story of the day, and how that relates to GameStop, which came before it, and how it may all relate to crypto. So if we look at the Bitcoin chart, you can see we've had our trend line in. We had the breakout on the Elon Musk tweet, and now we're holding the trend line, which is nice. I was playing with this earlier, and you could very much make a case for putting our trend line here. You can see if we do that, then we get some real perfect touches here. And if so, that means we didn't break the trend line. We had a false breakout, and then we're back below. And either way, it's not really a big deal. We're consolidating. We had our dip. We're holding our support line. And Bitcoin is consolidating before its next move. Like I said in yesterday's video, what we expect based on the last cycle is to regain our all-time high over the next month or so. So that's about 25% from here. And then as we move into March, to really start making those big upward moves into $75,000 to $80,000. So just sit tight and be patient. We're all well positioned now. We know what's happening. We just need to let it unfold. Try not to get FOMO into other cryptos and assets if you've chosen Bitcoin, because this is the stock to flow model. If you don't know what this is, then go and check out my course, the 2021 Bitcoin Playbook. And there is a video especially about the stock to flow model and what it is and how we use it. But you can see, because we have just completed January, we've printed our new dot, which is the first orange. And you can see on the previous two cycles that the first orange was really I'd say the last chance to get in before the price goes parabolic. And therefore we know what to expect next. We're expecting the next bunch of dots to really shoot upwards and then go above the white line, so up in here. You know, this white line in here is at $288,000. That's the stock to flow model. Based on previous cycles, as people FOMO in at the very top, which we expect to be about September, then we would expect to overshoot that based on this model. So I've said my target is $296,000. Well, you know, based on this chart, I think this is actually going even higher than that. So time will tell and the market will show us, but we know what the next direction is. Now we just need to be patient, but everything is looking really nice, and the stock to flow model is showing us that we are right on track. I posted a story on my Instagram earlier about the GME Short Squeeze. If you don't know what that is, then do go and check it out, because it's very interesting at the moment. But essentially, you have 7 million people on Reddit, on the Wall Street Bets forum, who are targeting GameStop because it's the most heavily shorted company in the world. That means hedge funds are betting on the price to go down and essentially trying to bankrupt the company. And the Reddit people, which are, you know, normal people like me and you for the most part, have been winning, which is fantastic, and subjecting hedge funds to tens of billions of dollars of losses. Of course, there was a big issue last week with Robinhood and other platforms prohibiting buying, which gave hedge funds a chance to regroup when they were really on the ropes, and that's a great shame, and Robinhood have really tarnished their reputation. But the fight is ongoing, and I know it's not something that I'm involved in myself, but looking at Twitter and Reddit, you know, they're still very determined to win the battle. And now what is happening over the weekend and today that many of those people are turning their attention to silver. Silver has been one of the most manipulated investments for many, many decades. Big banks have purposely kept the price in a range in order to trade it, and therefore setting the price and not letting the price get to its real value. Inflation adjusted silver, and we know there's a lot of inflation, should be approximately $1,000 by now, and it is about $28, $29. So we're about 40 times lower than where we should be. And therefore, when people are now looking for short squeezes, looking for big banks and institutions to punish for their misdemeanors, then silver has come right into focus. JP Morgan are known as manipulating this market. Over many, many years, have paid billions of dollars in fines in total. And that's why people are now targeting silver, which is great to see. And I've been recommending for the past year that people buy silver. Silver was at, I think it was something like 12, let me just check. Yeah, just under 12% earlier today, which is a massive move for silver. And now we're back down into 6% or so. So we'll see what happens over the coming days and whether we can keep this pressure up. If we zoom out on silver to see what is possible, we're just under $30 at the moment. In 2011, silver made its all-time high, which was around $50. And that was a similar price to what was achieved in the late 70s, 1979. So this has been a long time coming. Let me zoom out again to the monthly view. You can see what happened in 79 and 2011. And what's the commonality between 79, 2011 and 2021? Well, that is the extraordinary money printing by governments and central banks. That's what was happening in the late 70s. That's why the price of gold and silver absolutely exploded. People look for stores of value, and often they go into gold first, and then gold gets very expensive and silver is the cheaper cousin, and therefore silver starts moving really, really violently towards the end of the cycle. Happened in 2011, we got to $50, and we know that right now we are creating infinite amounts of money. That is words from central banks, infinite quantitative easing. So we've created trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, pounds, and euros. It is 2011 on steroids. So if we got to $50 in 2011, then we're expecting silver to go much, much higher over the next couple of years. I've seen some estimates around $300, $350 based on the money printing and what happened in the last cycle. That seems about right to me. So regardless of the Reddit Wall Street Bets squeeze, this was going to happen anyway, but it just seems that this has given us a little head start, or a push in the right direction, a bit of momentum. So it's really great to see. There is some fake news going around about big institutions like Citadel, BlackRock, JP Morgan will benefit from the silver squeeze. This is very inaccurate. I don't know where this stuff is coming from, but it's probably from people who don't want the price to go up, of course. And this is just a case of, yes, these companies hold silver, but a lot of them are hedge funds, and they're on both sides of the trade. So they're both selling and buying. they're holding silver as a hedge against their big shorts, and they have purposely manipulated it under $30 for, well, since 2011. And of course, that means that they don't want the price to go higher. Not only do banks and hedge funds not want the price to go higher, but governments and central banks certainly don't want the price to go higher, because gold and silver exploding will be a very, very clear indication, as if we needed any further indication, that we have rampant inflation. And it will become really, really clear to the general public that they should be looking to move their wealth into real assets like gold and silver and potentially Bitcoin, because that is the only way that they're going to protect their wealth. So there's many people that don't want to see gold and silver get to its inflation adjusted real price, and therefore that's why it's absolutely fantastic to see people standing up and taking action. And it's very much like this meme, which I really like. There's only so long that you can lie to and punish the people before they stand up for themselves. And you've seen that with GameStop. You're seeing it, the Reddit crew are also doing it on different shares as well. So go and check that out if that's of interest to you. And the move into silver is certainly an example of people standing up and fighting back. And of course, all roads lead to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the ultimate short squeeze, as Max Kaiser was saying, because it's a short squeeze against fiat money. Essentially, banks and governments are shorting your wealth. They're trying to destroy it, they're trying to take it away, they're trying to reallocate it to their friends and corporations. And Bitcoin is the ultimate short squeeze, and it is, of course, working. You can see the price of Bitcoin, of course, is absolutely exploding, and that is in direct relation to the money printing of central banks. And actually, I just noticed that, you know, this Bitcoin chart doesn't look too dissimilar to the silver chart. And for both Bitcoin and silver and gold, the next leg up will really show that people are now paying attention and that they are taking a stand. And we talk about voting with your wallet, and moving your wealth into gold, silver, Bitcoin is really the ultimate vote in terms of what you can do with your finances. It's also, of course, just really important, because if you don't do that, then your wealth is going to get destroyed more so than it already is. But, you know, the price of gold going to $5,000, the price of silver going to $350, the price of Bitcoin going to $296,000 will be there. They will write history books about it, I believe, as people coming together and doing this. And I'm really, really excited to be involved and to watch it unfold. And I hope that you are positioned as well for what is about to happen.